In this lesson, we're going to look at solving equations using algebraic properties. This is how you're taught to solve equations in algebra, but usually you're taught with numbers, and the numbers get in the way of understanding what's actually going on. We are going to walk through the steps of using the algebraic properties to solve this equation. First, we need to reduce the number of terms on the left. So, we're going to use the associative property. We could either do blue star blue and simplify that into one color, or we could do blue star red and simplify that into one color. We're going to do blue star blue first. And of course, if we look at our table, we see that blue star blue is red. Now we want to simplify the red star red. So now we've got blue star blank equals yellow, and we're trying to find out what the blank is. Of course, we could just look at the table and see what it is, but we want to do it using the properties. We could get rid of the blue by starring both sides of this equation by the inverse of blue. And the inverse of blue is red. Now we star both sides of the equation by red because red is the inverse of blue. Now we have the identity element star blank equals red. And as we all know, if you take the identity element and star it with anything, you just get that same thing back. So we know from here that blank equals red. So there you have it. All we did was walk you through using the properties, and the answer just falls out. Now we're going to look at a more complicated problem, but we're going to do it the same way, using the properties. Now remember that this table is not commutative. You can see why the associative property is mandatory. The binary operation is only defined for two elements at a time, so we couldn't simplify the left if we were not able to use the associative property to group two at a time. Let's simplify the yellow star purple first. That gives us the blue square. Why don't you try finishing this equation yourself using the table and the properties? Pause your video until you've figured out the answer. In the end, the answer was red circle. We know this because blue square star green square equals orange circle. And what star orange circle equals orange circle? The identity element. And in this table, the identity element is red circle. In algebra, when we solve an equation for x, we are doing it the exact same way you just did that last problem. We're using the properties.